Vassal High End is now a Constellation audio dealer, and we're also now a Martin loudspeaker dealer. And those two are going to share a room here at Vassal High End. It's going to be an absolutely tremendous demo. We're about 6 to 8 weeks out from having that ready to go. A little bit of that is manufacturers getting product to us, and a little bit of it is really just getting the room ready. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think everyone's going to be very pleased when they walk in that room and hear what's going on. We'll be bringing in the Parkers from Martin Audio and also some Oscars. From Constellation, we'll be bringing their Tier 2, which is Revelation series, and I'll also be bringing in Tier 1, which is the Inspiration series. Those two products work together so well. I got to hear them at Expona, and the demo at Expona was quite tremendous. It was so musical. The dynamic extension was fantastic. And we can talk about how great a pair of loudspeakers is, that they disappear and allow that to happen. But the other part of that is the amplifier has to be able to have the power available and the power in reserve to maintain big dynamic extension. So when the musicians from let's say a symphony orchestra do a big crescendo, the amplifier just needs to be able to say, I can do that. And on top of that, they need to be able to maintain those louder levels and be able to do that without sounding stressed and be able to hold it for a long time if the orchestra goes for a long time. So what plays into that? It may surprise some of you guys that I really didn't talk to any of the reps about wattage when it came to the amplifiers. Wattage is kind of a nebulous thing that is really a great marketing tool. So we talk about 100 watts per channel or 150 watts per channel. We hear those numbers thrown out all the time. That's not uncommon numbers. And I have clients call in and say, well, these speakers have to have 100 watts, or else they're just not going to drive properly. And I don't really argue with that, but what's behind an amplifier being able to get a set of loudspeakers to move their cones and do it well and make it musical and not sound stressed? There's other stuff that's way more important than a wattage rating. Wattage ratings don't even have a universal standard. How one company arrives at a wattage rating that they assign to a set of or to an amplifier is not the same as another company, and so wattage just isn't a big consideration when I go into that. That said, look at the specs on the Revelation. I think you're gonna go, yeah, that's great, and same thing with Inspiration series. But what really makes these things great is amplifier companies need to figure out how to lower the noise floor. And I'm not just talking about harmonic distortion. I'm talking about the noise that comes from interference from different components within the amplifier. So when you think about an amplifier, there's a power supply or a power transformer in there. And the transformer can determine a lot of the noise that's in an amplifier. So what's great about the Constellation is that they're using a big toroidal transformer. In fact, it's dual toroidal transformers, one for each channel. That's amazing. And then you have really great shielding. And then the next thing that they do really well is they have a huge capacitor bank. And that capacitor bank is where you store energy. Energy that's not being used at the time gets stored in the capacitor bank. And when you have a lot of energy in reserve, you can go places with that dynamically. And that's what Constellation is able to do. And it's why they made me smile over and over and over again. So I think they're going to make you smile just as much as they made me smile as well. I'm looking forward to having these in the shop soon. And I think you guys are going to absolutely love the demo. Vassal High End is here in the 4 states, bringing smiles to the faces of the audiophile community in Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri.